Racing. This is for second place. Kevin Harvick in the 29, Kasey Kahne in the 9, Jeff Burton in the 31.
Kasey Kahne has been working over the 29 car of Harvick. He's been there, then he tucks back behind him, goes back underneath him.
I thought when he caught the 99 car of Carl Edwards and lapped him, I thought that as he got 3 wide that he might be able to get that spot, and he finally takes over second spot in the 9.
Here comes Denny Hamlin down low.
Where did he come from?
Well, these guys were racing. Hamlin was catching him. He got around the 31.
There's Kevin Harvick going to work here. Maybe see Hamlin's car sneak up there through the window net.
Hamlin looking down low. Trying to catch Harvick. Couldn't do it.
He's going to try to roll underneath him now.
Hamlin gets the spot. Dave.
And the team very confident with this race car. They were going to bring a brand new car to this race, but when they saw that the gap into the chase was only 76 points for them coming in, they said, you know what? We're going to bring this car that we were reserving for next week at Loudon, New Hampshire. It's the same car they finished second with earlier this year, and Denny likes it.
And I tell you, Wally, he's working that bottom line as well as any car around here. Most everyone with these many laps on the tires are having to move up the racetrack, but not him. He's right down next to the bottom.
See, the 29 tried to follow his line going through there 3 and 4 and couldn't.
Harvick in that 29 car coming into this race. In the 2 previous races, 800 total laps. Harvick had led 439 of them.
Hey, what if he can keep that car on the bottom like that, BP? He's gonna pass a lot of cars.
He sure is, because no one else can do that.
Hamlin battling through some lap traffic now with Harvick behind him, and then Burton and Matt Kenseth closing into 17. Right now, Mark Martin is the driver outside of the 10-man chase for the championship. He's 7 points behind Tony Stewart. Mark really wants to get in, and on the Bank of America countdown to green, he talked about what it would feel like if he doesn't make the chase.
It means everything. I'm so competitive, and you know, like I said, if we wind up on the outside looking in tonight, I'm going to feel like I lost, and you know, it's not a good feeling.
Well, just about halfway this time, in fact. Mark Martin runs in the 13th spot. Desperately wants to make the chase. Marty?
Billy went on to tell me that there's only going to be one man who's going to be out of it tonight. And he said, if I'm that one man, I'll feel like a loser. And I don't want to end up being the loser tonight. Mark said, though, I brought my whole family here. He has Arlene, his son Matt, lots of friends from Daytona Beach. He said, they're going to be here to celebrate with me tonight because I'm confident that we can make it. Right now, Mark is fighting a race car that just will not turn. He's very aware, though, of his position in the championship standings, and he asked for the 20 was running. They said, right now he's behind you. He's going to try and keep him behind him, but as you can see, he's having a hard time hanging on to that race car.
And a lot of speculation about what Mark's going to do next season. I can tell you for a fact, right now, Mark has nothing signed. Nothing with anybody in Nextel Cup, and has not signed a truck deal to drive for Roush Racing. It is not signed yet. Jeff Smith of Roush told me that today. So Mark Martin's future definitely up in the air. That's why making the chase this year is so important to him. Kyle Busch is the race leader. Kasey Kahne is second. Denny Hamlin third. Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton, the top 5 at Richmond. Richmond International Raceway, the Chevy Rock and Roll 400, 10 laps past the halfway mark. The race that will determine the drivers that make the chase for the 2006 Nextel Cup Championship. Kyle Busch, one of those guys trying to get in. Right now, he's having a big night.
Hey, what? Kasey Kahne is gaining on him. There he is right there. He has been a little bit faster than Kyle Busch the last couple laps. Now, Kyle Busch is top of traffic, but Kasey Kahne's flying.
And look at the 3 guys running up front right now. You have Kyle Busch, Kasey Kahne, and Denny Hamlin, 3 of the bright young stars of this sport. I know you love seeing those young guys run up there, BP.
Oh, I do. And Jeff Gordon talked about what a talented Kyle Busch is. Yep. And I agree with him. He is so talented. It's unbelievable that someone 21 years old can have that much ability in these stock cars.
And we talked about it last night about Reed Sorensen. And I know you're a Sorensen fan as well, but it's hard to remember that Kyle Busch is just 21. Casey Kane's closing in, AB.
Yeah, his team director, Kenny Francis, talking with Casey on the radio on recent laps about getting ready for the next pit stop, which could be as few as 25 laps away if we don't get a caution flag. He talked about putting a spring rubber into the right rear, then said he was having second thoughts about it. Casey agreed with that assessment. Kenny said, "You're as fast as anyone on the racetrack, and I still think we can make it better." Casey came back and said 10-4. He's having fun out there right now.
I'll bet you he is. He's about to have a little more fun.
Here he goes. He's on the bottom. If he can stay there and block Kyle behind that 41 car. Nope. Kyle Busch got out the corner a little bit better than Casey Kane did that time.
Kane drifts up a little bit. Kyle down low.
Now we go on the outside. Now that's the groove he wanted. Talking about the 9 car Casey Kane, he wants that outside groove.
Yeah, 41's going to be in the way though, BP.
Yeah, I'm afraid he is.
It's Reed Sorensen in that 41 car, battling to stay on the lead lap. Side by side at the start-finish line.
Kane led that lap.
I don't think he's led a lap today. That might be his first lap led.
I was just waiting for it to pop up, but yes, he did. He just led his first lap, 5 bonus points.
Didn't believe me, Weber?
You got great eyes, Wally, but had to check the computer. And we all know computers are never right.
Yeah. Okay, Kyle Busch looks like he's going to get by the 41. Tell you what, Reed's fighting hard. Because as soon as Kyle Busch gets by the 10 car, that's right there in front of him, Reed will be the second car a lap down in case yellow comes out. So that's why these guys are running so hard. They're hoping the yellow will come out so they don't lose the lap.
Scott Riggs in that 10. Now Riggs is a teammate of the 9 car. Both drive for Evernham Motorsports.
Looks like they're boxed up in a little bit of traffic here. It gives Kyle Busch a little bit of breathing room.
Now Casey Kane goes by his teammate. Sorensen almost got into the 10 there.
I thought he was going to get in the left rear of that 10 car.
Caution is out. Debris in turn 3. Our 5th caution of the night here at Richmond. And as Alan was talking about, pretty much when these guys were starting to think about green flag stops. Field behind the Chevy Impala pace car. Pit road is closed. Matt Kenseth runs in the 8th spot. And while we have a second here, this was his radio traffic after he let a couple of guys go by a few laps ago.
Hey, Bob. Yes, sir. After I let guys go for free and they don't wave thank you, I'm taking them off my list. That's just rude. Young kids don't have no respect for their elders. Careful. Back when you used to stop for Kelly Yarbrough, now that was respect. Yeah, right.
That's Bob Jeffrey, the spotter for Matt Kenseth. There's Robbie Reiser. Last week at California, I said Robbie was in a grumpy mood. Robbie got a phone call from his 90-year-old grandfather, Elmer, and lectured him on why he shouldn't be a grouch. And the truth was, Robbie wasn't really being a grouch. He said, I just need to make sure my guys are fired up. I got to keep them on their game. We're in the chase. I don't want them letting down. But Matt Kenseth did come on the radio during that practice session and said, Robbie, if your attitude doesn't improve, I'm going to come in and use an attitude adjustment tool on you. So, Elmer, your grandson's doing a great job. Robbie also said his wife called him and asked him about it, too. So you know they're watching.
All right, here we go. Pit stops. Very important pit stops.
Marty?
Well, guys, 33rd to 7th for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He says the car is sliding the nose just a little bit too tight in the corners. Won't cut the way he wants to, but said don't make too much of an adjustment because I don't want to be too loose. Half pound in the right rear tire. Wiley said ooh, so something must have big happened. And also a wedge adjustment. Alan?
Casey Kane pitting from second place. A 4-tire change, wedge, and track bar adjustments trying to help this car cut through the corners. Dave?
Kyle Busch, no changes to the car. The leader liked it. 4 tires, and he is gone. Matt?
And the 20 of Stewart and the 24 of Gordon, already service has been completed. Stewart's car was loose on the gas. It was starting to come around, but he needed help from center off. They made an air pressure adjustment. The same for Gordon. His car was loose everywhere, and he was close to his bubble position. Remember, he has to finish 25th or better, no matter what anyone else does, to clinch his spot, and he was in the 22nd position right before that caution.
You saw the Nextel race off of pit road. Nextel celebrating speed, teamwork, and getting things done instantly.
Once again, Jeff Merkel, Jackman